the truth is that computer science usually neglects the users. Although we speak a lot about user studies, requirements, user evaluation, in most part this is something that happens only to support the solutions we develop and to say that, okay, the tool we made is good and we have tested it with 15 users. But for me, this is not the way to really create tools that will be used and will be useful products. And for this, we tried from the beginning to speak to as many users as possible from different user groups, because another important thing for Papyrus, it is not only addressed to history researchers, experienced researchers. It is also addressed to students, history students, either those of history departments or even computer science departments who take a history course as their minor, let's say, not major. And it is also addressed to amateur historians, people that have an interest in history and are looking into things, that are interesting to them. We tried to identify these user groups and record their needs, try to understand what they would like from a tool like Papyrus. And now the project is almost finishing, and again we are trying to evaluate what has been created so far, working with the users. And again, this is a very interesting experience because we see what went wrong, what we have to do better, and we believe all of these results will be useful to future research in this field. The problem to try to create useful tools for a historian is that history has two very important dimensions. The one is time, and it covers issues that cover a large time span, so this means that the terminology changes. The ideas of people change within large time periods. And this means that you may have the same term in an archive meaning different things in different eras, different periods. We had to find a way to create a mapping between these two different terminologies and to allow a historian who is speaking his own language, the language of the history science, to go into the archive and easily get material which is actually written in the language of the journalist, the current language of the time. And to do this, we again had to create specific tools and specific algorithms, and we had to be able to model efficiently both domains and also to model the mappings between these domains. For me to continue working on these issues that Papyrus has tackled, it would be really very interesting because for me history is a very interesting domain. So it is a vision for me to be able to make it more accessible to the general public, because for me it's very exciting to research simple things of the past. You can see a very different way that people, a very different view that people had of certain things, like science, for example. Things that now we take for granted 50 or 60, 100 years ago were really very different. So to be able to make this view, this notion of the past available to more people through digital tools and through actual archival content, I believe it would be really wonderful.